Hi YouTube. For your viewing pleasure, delight and delectation, we have some quick fire unboxings of all of the coins that were waiting for me when I got to the office today that had been ordered at various times and arrived all in one go, or while I was on holiday. First one, which I did ultimately get to open, is, I think, a rather beautiful dime. It's my first old dime, Seated Liberty. It looks to me to be in pretty good condition, but after the last few that have been graded, I'm not really sure in any confident way, but it's 1842. It looks to be fairly clean and good, so I will send this to be graded and see what NGC say about it. They'll probably tell me environmental damage or cleaning or some other thing which will result in a details grading, but who knows, maybe it'll get through. And but I like it. So Seated Liberty dime, 1842. Next up is some Kennedy $half. Not particularly rare or particularly valuable, but I quite liked this kind of old case which had the Philadelphia and the Denver Mint halves in the same case. It wasn't really very expensive, but it's got a certain kind of authentic charm, and I quite liked it actually. And I haven't got any of these anyway, so I thought it might be fun to have them. So 1964, 90% silver. I think the melt value of these is about $5.50 each. And you can probably see a little bit somewhere just under the left-hand olive leaf is the D mark, just by the eagle's hand on the left-hand side of the second one. Both pretty common, don't think there's any particular value of the D over the P, but quite sweet. Look to be in pretty nice condition. Next is another small mystery package, and this one contains a proof sovereign, and this one is 2013, which had been obviously in a set at some time. The dirt that you can see there is entirely on the capsule, and the coin seems very clean. But I got this at a good price. I think that people had kind of left it a little bit because it didn't contain the box and the COA, but my plan is to have it graded by NGC anyway, so I didn't really need the box and COA. I think it'll do pretty well. 2013, 2014 were both quite expensive years for proof sovereigns, so these coins fetch a little bit more than some of the earlier years. There were a few years where they only made proof sovereigns. There are no BU coins at all. And all the more recent proofs are in fairly small quantities compared to some of the ones in the 70s and early 80s. There can be tens of thousands of those, whereas some of these only have 7,500 to 12,500 mintage. Next up, what will it be? This is a sweet little coin. I really like the condition of it, that's why I bought it. Really pretty. It's actually a farthing. Now, a farthing is half of an old penny, and there were 20 old pennies to a shilling. And a shilling is 5 new pence for the younger generation. And they even made half farthings, which were even smaller than this, which I have one of those as well. But 1853, pretty old coin before the American Civil War, and looks to be in pretty nice shape, really. Next on the conveyor belt tonight is one of the smallest coins that have ever been made, apart from our new 1/40th of an ounce coins. But these are really, really cool coins. People used to, have thousands of these around, spend them, all the little transactions, whereas the big $20 pieces were mostly for trade. This is an 1854 $1 gold coin. There were about 850,000 produced, and they reckon there's about 2,500 left of these in the world. The rest of them have got lost or melted or destroyed, and there's probably about 1,000 of these in good condition. So, it's not an incredibly valuable coin, but it's a really interesting coin, tiny coin. $1, 1854, Type 1. Next up, we have a little package from Germany, and this has been sitting around for some time, so I think it must have arrived just as I went away, and it contains a really sweet little silver coin, half an ounce of silver. But it's a very special half an ounce of silver because it's a lunar one and it is a proof. And this one makes the 5th one that I've got at the moment. I don't know whether I'll ever be successful at picking up all of them. Some of them may be just too expensive, but it's in pretty good condition. 2006, which was the year of the dog. They didn't really sell a huge number of these for some reason. They authorised about 5,000 of them, but I think even the most the most sales were probably around about 1,500 for one or two of them, but some of them were down to only a few hundred. This isn't one of the most valuable ones. Some of the others are more valuable, but they're all lovely coins, and this one looks to be in pretty good condition. Most of the marks seem to be on the cover, on the capsule. The coin itself looks to be in pretty good nick. Which brings us to the final box that arrived today. So if you're still watching this video, then you get to see one of my favourite coins. I had to actually go to the post office and pay a charge of about $30, £20 to pick this up. £8 of it was a courtesy charge from the Royal Mail. It shouldn't really have had any VAT or duty on it, but for some reason, sometimes this package came from America, and you do sometimes get charged a few pounds for VAT, or VAT, I think, at a much lower rate than the standard 20% rate. But I could have had this delivered to America, but I really wanted to see it, so I thought I'd have it sent over to the UK. And it's another American coin. One of my favourites. And this one is a $5 Liberty Head 1906 D mint coin. Looks to be in pretty good condition. Don't know what you guys think, but it looks to me about an MS61, 62. I don't know whether it'll get that high when I grade it, but it's a really nice coin. These coins have got 1/4 ounce of gold in, although they tend to be worth a few dollars more over melt value than standard bullion, but then they've got a longer history and a bigger story. I think they're good pickups for the future. So let's end with the $5 gold piece. Let me know what you think, guys. And sorry for giving you too many videos over a couple of days, but there probably won't be any more now for another few days. So thanks a lot for watching.